Text-based psychotherapy is becoming so much more commonplace. There is now enough scientific literature that we feel very confident and comfortable with using this kind of approach to help a very big proportion of the population.
It really turns the intervention model on its head. People can get care in their own environment. The conversation, the interaction between a clinician and a patient is ongoing. It can extend over days or weeks or months at a time.
There is a whole generation now of text-based natives. It's our job to evolve with the times and to move the treatment and the communication standards around psychotherapy to the next generation. We believe Trusst is particularly well suited to pull that off.
The origin of Trusst actually came from some research that I was doing with some colleagues. This was literally the very first randomized controlled trial looking at messaging-based intervention. We saw in only a 3-month period a reduction in depression. We saw reductions in psychosis. I thought we need to find a way to commercialize this method, to use the concepts and principles so that we could really make this accessible to everyone.
Our goal with Trusst is to bring best practices from the research forward to a commercial sense. It's really about talking to our clinicians and talking to our clients and providing them with the tools they need to support good outcomes.
The typical psychotherapeutic intervention, instead of happening face-to-face, is happening through text messaging on a secure platform. And then the therapist will respond in under 24 hours, and usually more like around 4 hours or so.
Imagine that you are a college student and you've broken up with your significant other. No longer do you have to wait to process that with an appointment that may be a month out or longer. In that moment, our clinicians can utilize the right words at the right time to make a real impact on that individual.
The intervention tactics that are adapted to texting, they really rely on approaches like cognitive behavioral interventions or behavioral interventions. So these are tried and true strategies from clinic-based care that through careful adaptation are meant to do the same things.
Trusst is available to end users on both iOS and Android devices. Once a user is signed up for the platform, we provide them with assistance in finding a clinician that's right for their needs. Our users have quite a bit of control over their clinician selection, and then they have a lot of control over whether or not they will continue to utilize those clinicians, see those clinicians in person, keeping the client first, keeping the clinician first, and providing the flexibility they need to receive the best possible care. At Trusst, we regularly receive feedback from our clients about their experiences on the platform, and it's always really heartwarming for the staff at Trusst to hear that we're making a difference with those individuals.
Users are really excited about having this historical record of how I was feeling in that moment in a way that traditional therapy does not provide. My therapist can then provide relevant feedback that will help me overcome those feelings the next time I have them.
It's not just about a medium to do texting, but rather we're building all sorts of capabilities and tools into the platform to enhance the care that we provide.
Down the road, we're excited about prescribing digital therapeutics, bringing AI in to help improve the engagement experience around our users.
We've come up with a strategy for making mental health care more broadly available through expert virtual conversations that will deliver expert feedback on the feelings that I'm experiencing right now and what to do with them. My conversation with that expert would adjust as I exchange these virtual messages that feel like a text messaging conversation with the expert.
You have to say the right word to the right person at the right time, and that's how you unlock someone's potential. Really what we do is we are experts in understanding the science behind the language of intervention.
When you evaluate how people respond to text, their delays in responding to language, whether they're being laconic and brief in their responses or whether they go into things in greater detail, all that becomes useful information in trying to deliver care.
At Trusst, we want to be a catalyst for bringing forward the best practices in text-based psychotherapy. Our dream is to elevate the treatment modality, normalize it for both clinicians and for clients, and to serve more people that wouldn't normally be able to receive care.
Using predictive analytics, we as companies will have a better sense of how you might be feeling a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, based on the responses and interactions that you're having on the platform in this moment.
Not only are we going to continue to increase our knowledge about how to use this effective method, but we're going to add other technologies in that are going to completely change what is possible with digital mental health.